All right, it looks like we are once again live. Welcome everybody to Shooting It with Yankee. Actually, this isn't Shooting with Yankee. This is the Yankee Marshall's Lonely Yankers chat. Not like it matters, but you know what I mean. But I just want to let everyone know, welcome. And if you've never been here before, this is just a very informal chat between myself and my viewers. Nothing special here. You don't got to follow any protocol or anything. If you've got a question for me or a topic for me, this is the place to address me because I'm not good with emails. I get too many of them and I get overwhelmed, and then I have to go do something else for a while so that I don't start screaming. And I'm not good with DMs, PMs, BMs, any of that stuff people slip and slide into. Just not into any of that shit. I don't understand it. Don't usually know how to check it or respond to it. So here in the live chat is your best way to get a hold of me. So if you've got a question for me or a topic you'd like me to address or just a statement you'd like to make out loud, put it in a live chat. But before you type it, type in at the Yankee Marshall. At the Yankee Marshall. That way I will see it. And I will be able to answer it. And I will try to answer every question that comes to me. Oh, the Beagle Slayers here, evil Beagle Slayer. But I'll try to get all of them. If I cannot get to all of them, I apologize. And some of them I just won't even know the answer to. People ask me stuff like, I don't know. Yeah. So, but I'll try. If you have a question you want to have answered or a topic you need to have discussed and I don't get to it in the chat for one reason or another, you can do a super chat. Super chats get priority. I answer those more quickly and I answer those in detail. Emmanuel Fernandez just did a super chat, donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, got entry in the friend drawing and says, pinch me vampire email. Yes, I know. I already read it, you bitch. But I'll address it here in a second. Nitpicking bitch. But see, he threw me off my rhythm. If you do want to do a super chat, that money goes to funds Pets and Vets program and the friend program. So you can also do super chats if you just want to fund the Pets and Vets program. A lot of people do. They'll just say for the Pets and Vets and do a super chat. Super chats get priority no matter how much they are. $2, $20, they get the same priority in being answered. Also, though, if you donate $4.99 or more to the Pets and Vets program through a super chat, you get an entry into the friend drawing for every $4.99 you donate. So if you donate like $20, you get 4 entries. And then at the end of the month, we select a friend of the month from those people that have entries. And that person gets a gift certificate from the channel for being the friend of the month, and they can spend it however they want. You can go buy several $100s worth of zip ties from Lowe's if you want to, or hell, you can buy anything from Lowe's if you want. If you can find something in the price range, you can buy a lawnmower. I don't care. But most people choose to get something from like Grab a Gun, get something that goes bang bang. So with that being said, let me get over to the chat and see if anything's coming in under the other than pinch me vampire. Let's see here. I did get his email though, where he pointed out that in the my video where I was talking about weed and alcohol, and I meant to say weed. There's no evidence weed is a gateway drug, but there is a lot of evidence that alcohol is a gateway drug. I said that there's no evidence that alcohol is a gateway drug, but there's lots of evidence that alcohol is a gateway drug. And I did not edit it. I saw it, but I did not edit it because I'm like, I think most people know what I'm talking about. And I was having a lot of trouble getting that thing to render. So it was just pain. And I think it was because my desktop was getting close to full, so it was having trouble. So I went and got a 10 terabyte hard drive, which sounds like a lot. And it sounds like, oh my God, that'll be expensive. It was $99. So it wasn't really expensive. And I'm downloading my videos onto that now. And I did it today. Same video that took like 4.5 hours to render yesterday when I tried to do it to my desktop took about 12 minutes to render to the hard drive. So that's a lot better. Also, I love the Yankee Marshall, but maybe take the hat off and wear a nicer shirt. I ain't going no hat in my chat. I did think about getting a journalism hat, though. You know, one of those, what do you call them? not a bowler cap, but like a journalism cap, with the little press thing in the side of it, something like that. I've thought about doing that. But I've been wearing that little black hat that has, for the first one I wore, the one that has the internet press on it. That's what I plan on wearing for the those chats. And then when I do things as the Yankee Marshal, like I will have segments on there, like shooting it with the cranky Yankee or something, where I come on and just bitch about something I want to bitch about that day. I'll wear my cowboy hat so that you can tell it's me. Maybe a scarf. Bruce Labrador donated to the Pets and Pets program. Got entry in the friend drawing. Says you should make a video illustrating the differences between forged, milled, and cast, etc. By the way, lick your lips slowly to help me get started. I gotta lick them quick because I'm dried out right now. It's hot as fucking here. I walked off and I have this little heater I put down here because when I come over from the house, sometimes I'm barefoot and my feet get pretty cold going across the cold ground coming over here. So when I get in here, I like turn on the little foot warmer and the little heater, and it dries off my feet and warms them up. But I left it on today. When I left, I come back in, it's like 107 degrees in here. Well, it's not 107, it's 84, and that's plenty hot. So I'm going to chug in the water. I don't want to dehydrate doing a podcast. How bad would that be if you're, on your gravestone, it had to say dehydrated doing a podcast? That would be sad. But as far as Bruce Labrador's question about and why is your, it's very blurry, so I can't see you, but I can tell that it's one of those thirst trap pictures. You're flexing in front of the mirror. But I already have a video about that. You'll have to search for it, but I have it. So, and I'm thinking of taking a lot of my older videos and condensing them into like a short little 5-minute segment on my daily show, like old videos, and just kind of like recap them in a small segment. Let me see if I got any other questions coming over other than super chats. Hello. On the inside video, best thing is to have good info to enlighten the ill-informed and cut off the tards in their track. Always helpful. Yeah, just like today, I'm dealing with this guy over here, trying to be very polite to him. Here's his comment. Let me see if I can read it, if I can find it. Biden is not the president. Biden is not president. He has not won. It was proven by the Secretary of State that Biden and Harris have committed fraud. Trump has won second term. I told him, I said, no, that has not happened. Stop watching Newsmax and thinking it is news. Then he said, Trump has won. Secretary of State said it. He is preparing his second term, you Biden supporter. And I'm like, no, none of that is true. Not one word. I don't support Biden, and he has not won. There are people out there that actually think that they get to decide who won, that the Secretary of State gets to decide who won. First off, there's a reason, and I'm not a Biden fan, but I did agree with him on one thing, and that was there's a reason why he chuckled the other day when he said Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Mike Pompeo is an incompetent ass kisser. He's a Renfield, even more so than Rudy Giuliani. To think that he has any authority or any place of power is scary and funny. So I wouldn't be looking too much to anything he said. Have you ever had mono? Yes, I do believe it did in junior high school. We got a donation over on the Toys Guns for Tots program from Jamie Brown. That's close. I thought it was James Brown there for a minute, but that would have to be, he'd have to be donating it from beyond the grave because he's dead. Speaking of James Brown, though, my sons don't even get the joke, and other members of my family find it taxing, the ones that do get the joke, that every time I get in the hot tub, we have a hot tub on our back deck. Every time I get in, I go do the going to get in the hot tub, and then I do the stick your toe in and go, oh, too hot in the hot tub, and dance around a little bit, and then get. No one finds that funny, and my kids don't even understand what I'm doing. They think that I've just lost my marbles. I guess I should tell people that we are running the Toy Guns for Tots program over on TYMPistolproject.com. I know Earthy usually puts a post. I haven't tagged it yet. Let me see. There it is right there. I'm sorry, not Earthy, Earthay. He likes to make sure I pronounce it properly. Let's see here. It is going on over there. If you click that link up there pinned at the top, you can go over to the TYMPPistolProject.com and you can donate to the Toy Guns for Tots program, a program designed to give a Merry Christmas to little boys and girls out there who want like toy guns for Christmas that most of the charities won't handle and give to them. So don't think just because, hey, I donated some to Salvation Army that some kids are going to get toy guns. They trade them in. They take them back to retailers and actually exchange them for store credit. The vast majority of them in most states. And it's because I know I've been one of the volunteers working with them before. Sad, but true. Jay Brown, I'm going to try to pretend this is James Brown, for the pets and vets and donated to the entry fund. If they win the friend drawing, how do I give a gun to a dead person? Is there a line on the 4473 that says, are you now or have you been in the past deceased? I don't think there is. Although the form is all new now, so I'm not really sure. Does anyone bought a gun recently? I went in and filled out the paperwork. I didn't take a gun home or anything, but I went out and filled out paperwork to start a background check for a gun I traded someone for. And it is all different now. I couldn't even do it on the computer because they don't have the new computer ones approved yet. So I had to do a paper one. I had to fill it out by hand, like this is 1994 or something. Whew, it's hot. Where are we? I've answered that about have I ever had mononucleosis. I do believe I have. Cool hat. Like this, people. Oceanfront Man said, remember the $100 desk pop? Yeah, well, it was a 50, wasn't it? But still, I looked for the 500 ammo there and I could not find it. I still have not found it. I haven't looked for it since I looked for it the other night. But I got it. There's somewhere else I've put ammo and I can't think of where it is. I looked in my box thinking, well, maybe I put it with the 460 and stuff because I got a box labeled for 460 and 50 AE, but I've got 460 and 50 AE in there, but no 500. So I've got to find where the fucking 500. What is this one? That's 50 AE. Yeah, 50 AE. And I can't even find like a just a standalone round that maybe I had laying around somewhere. I haven't been able to find one. But I'm looking. I am definitely looking. As soon as I find one, I will be doing it. Let's see here. I ordered from Minuteman the other week. I had ordered from Federal a week before. Minuteman came a week before the Federal shipment. Thanks for telling us about them. And it's better ammo. Bruce Labrador says, well, I'm proud of the work I've done to my body. Haven't been able to show up on live streams due to working nights. Usually just bitch and moan in the comments. Oh, I recognize the name. I just never really paid attention to your avatar before. I assume that's your Tinder profile. Perverts. Although I say that, but I'm just glad that Tinder and stuff wasn't around when I was young. I would have passed away probably at the age of 25, and the cause of death would have been multiple mega STDs because I would have fucking gone crazy. I'm glad that stuff didn't come along till I was a way more reserved sexually. Jay Brown, smoked turkey. Don't like smoked turkey. Deep fried. Love deep fried. Or oven roasted. I like oven roasted. I cheat when I roast. I bag roast. And bag roast comes out perfect every time. I don't know why people don't bag roast. The basting is a fool's game. Basting is a fool's game. Put it in a bag. Put it in there. Cooks in like 3.5, 4 hours. It's good every time. So I don't know why people don't bag bake. But deep fried, I think, is the best. If you deep fry your turkey, the fact this year, I think I'm going to buy a deep fryer and make me a turkey. Make me a deep fried turkey. Because one, it's fast. And I like to make turkeys other time of the year, too. So I definitely need to buy me a deep fat fryer. The deep fat fryer. See here. I don't have one. I need one. I need like a little propane deep fat fryer. What do you think of the United Nations? Should we leave the United Nations? No. I mean, why would we ever want to sequester ourselves from the rest of the world so that it can just become Russia, China, and their allies? And we would just lose more and more market power and more relevance in the discussion. So I don't know why we would want to do that. That doesn't seem like good tactics to me. We got another donation in from Graham Shumway, who I'm sure is no relation to Gordon Shumway, because I bet he doesn't eat cats. In fact, I want to go over and look now because that might have pushed us up to around $5,000. Hold on, let me go check. Where's my PayPal? There it is. All the rest of it's DS Grip stuff. I'm pretty sure it has. Hold on. Because they donated $75 just now. And I think we were only like $65 away before we got the previous donation. So it's coming up. It's rendering. Yay, we've broken $5,000. Yay. It's been getting like $20, $30 a day since we got 4,700, which broke last year's record. But now we broke 5,000, so we're doing even better. And it's $5,020.63 right now. I want to read everyone who donated since I read it yesterday, though. I read the Michael Ezapek one, I know, and I read the Dakota Rotten one yesterday, I know. So the ones that have donated since then are James Queef, Keefe, not Queef, James Keefe. I don't know why my work Queef. I don't know why that went like that. Jamie Brown and Benjamin Martlet, like a Martlet pear, like I do everyone ever call you Mr. Bartlett. Hope you're not pear shaped, or you probably get called Mr. Bartlett all the time. Have a seat, Mr. Bartlett. That's from who can tell me what that's from? Who can tell me what that line is from? I am not pear shaped. Have a seat, Mr. Bartlett. Let me know who here can let me know what that's from. Very good comedy, very good animated comedy, but you almost never see it in reruns. It was just an awesome show, but you don't see it. And of course, Graham Shumway, who shoved us over the $5,000 mark with his donation, who is, like I said, no relation to Gordon Shumway. Wow, and then now we're even higher because Darren Harold donated $100. So now we're over $5,100. So we've really beat last year's. We beat last year's by 400. And plus, I only donated 300 last year. This year, I'm donating 1,000 to match the first 1,000. So actually, we're at $6,100 right now. That's going to be at least $1,000 more, $1,100 more than we spent last year. In fact, last year we had $37 left over. And I bought a Barbie set with it and donated because there were no other really. It was just we just filled our carts with guns and we took everything they had. And so at least I think that was last year. That might have been the year before. Years blend together for me. When you get my age, it's all the same. It's like the only difference this year between this year and last year is this hurts a little more this year. And, that has started hurting, and it didn't hurt at all last year. That's about the only difference between the years once you get to be my age. But thanks to everyone who donated, especially Jamie Brown and, Graham Shumway and Darren Harold, who just pushed us over by donating tonight, pushed us over the $5,000 mark. What's this? I got to go back over to my chat here. Bruce Labrador. Are you 50% Labrador, 50% Pointer, and 50% Spitz? Says, you hit the nail on the head with your Democrat video. I found it so insulting that Joe thought all he needed to get my vote was play Despacio on his phone. Yeah, they need to start paying attention. I'm like, which party is going to be the first party to pay attention and try to reach out to the other side? But the parties don't want to. See, when we say things like that, it's almost like we're living in a fantasy world where they want us to unite. They want to divide us. They don't, no one ever wants to be the sole winner. Because if you win, then people go to you and go, well, there's no opposition. Why aren't you doing the same things you said you did? Why aren't you making things better? Why isn't my life improved? So they don't ever want that. They want to maintain a 50-50 split division as close as they can, you know, and they've been damn good at it. Ocean Front Man donated again and got another entry in the front Pets and Vets drawing and says, Home Depot has $2,000 200,000 BTU turkey fryer for $88. Miss Super Chat said, okay, 50 AE double tap. If my 50 AE will do a double tap, I'll do that tonight. If it'll do a double tap, might have to clear it first. It's a Desert Eagle after all, but we'll see. I'm going to remind me people to open the door first, though. Oh God, what does E Honda want here? E Honda chimed in here, donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, got entry into the friend drawing, and says, "Hey Yank, I'm thinking about getting something in 40. I thought you were already 40. Best trade besides trade-in Glock. What's a good budget 40? Whew, a good budget 40? I don't know what you would consider a budget gun, but a Sig P320 trade in, I mean, those are great and not real super expensive. Uh, doesn't Canic make a 40? I thought they made a 40. They might not now, but I thought they did. Who else makes a decent 40? Let me see. Let me do a little research here real quick. Someone the other day left me an email saying they don't like my sound effects I do when I'm typing. I've always done that. Let's see here. These are ones I don't know. That's it. That's all. And not a whole lot of 40s listed right now. Because I think one of the problems is I'm looking up. Oops, that's not the right thing. No wonder I'm not getting many results. I typed the wrong words. Hey, Let's see here. There's Glock, M&P. Hell, that M&P is not that expensive new. It's $530. Yeah, there's always a high point, but I don't think you want a high point. The 320s, the FNS. I'm not sure what those run in price, but I know that they're out there. And PX4 Storms, you can get those relatively cheap. If you find a good used PX4 Storm, yeah, they come in at a really good price. There's FNs. There's the car. It's a single stack. I don't know if I'd want that. I don't know how much the Steyrs cost, but those are nice. I'm trying to look see if I see anything here that really jogs my memory. No, but there's options. Isn't there an SD40 VE? I don't know. Is there? Let's see. Where was I over here? If you were on death row, not the records company, what would your last meal be? Okay, I would want unicorn flank steaks from a real unicorn with a side of poached dodo eggs. And then I would want milk from a Tasmanian wolf. And I'm willing to wait. On a scale between 1 and 10, how concerned should I be about my guns under a Biden presidency? Trying to separate the political hype from what actually could do. What he actually could do. As far as worrying about the things you owe now, I wouldn't worry about things you owe now at all. The things I would worry about is them greatly restricting access to things, not what we have right now. We got another donation over there for Toys for Tots from Garrett Jaraz. For the Toy Guns for Tots program, in case I wasn't being clear there. But so on a scale for what they could do, I mean, 5, pay attention, but don't panic. I watched a Forgotten Weapons video about the 38 ACP Webley Fosbury revolver. This revolver is awesome, and I wish I had one. Well, there's lots of stuff on those things I wish I had. Like, watch Life Size Potatoes videos, and there's lots of stuff on there I wish I had. What's for dinner? I don't know if I'm making dinner. Neither of the kids are here. Caden went four-wheeling with friends at their friends, so they're down there, and they're going to have Subway while they're down there because Caden said he's going to treat, so he made sure to let me know that. Which I don't mind. A lot of his friends don't have a lot of money. They're country people out here, and they don't have a ton of cash, so I don't mind if he treats for his friend. But I just don't know if I'm going to make anything because I had ramen noodles for lunch, and they're still sitting there. Because I don't eat one pack of ramen noodles. I mean, like, who eats one pack of ramen noodles? Maybe like a 9-year-old girl would eat one pack of ramen noodles. But I always eat 2, sometimes 3. How hungry I am. Yeah, I had those ramen noodles around probably 2 o'clock, and now I'm not hungry. Well, we got another good donation over here from Jordan Simpson. Which we already know who that is. Little Miss rubbing his American Idol money in our face again. We also got a donation from James Howard over there on TYMP Pistol Project. James Howard. Fedora. Yeah, that's what that hat's called. A fedora. I've thought about getting me a fedora to wear when I do the news. And then when but I like my little press hat. And then when I do my Yankee hat stuff, I'll put my cowboy hat on. And you'll know it's Yankee because I'll have my cowboy hat on. What has a flashing red light down to the right of you? I don't think anything. No, I don't think anything has a. You mean like on my right or my left? I don't see any flashing red lights. Are you having a stroke? Does anybody else see anything flashing? I don't see anything flashing. I'm looking. I don't see anything. I gotta close that drawer over there. I don't know why I got that open. Well, I mean, I know why I got it open. I don't know why I didn't close it. I have this disease where I can't close drawers. I don't know what it is. I get yelled at for all the time, especially if someone runs into it, and I get yelled at in the bedroom and stuff, in the kitchen. Any opinions on the Tang Folio Witness 10mm guns? The only opinion I have on them, since I don't really have any experience with them, is that I always want one every time I see one because some of them are incredibly cool looking. And then I always talk myself out of it because the ones I really like are the chrome ones, and I don't like hard chrome, but I like the looks of those. I wish they just made stainless. They don't, so. LTO tapes hold like 30 terabytes and they're $99. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, see, this was not expensive. A man who needs no introduction, West Virginia born, Washington State's own, the reigning and defending champion, Yankee Marshall. Well, there's a "the" on that. It's not like Batman. It's the Yankee Marshall. But I don't know. I still consider West Virginia my home state. When people say, "What's your home state?" I'm like, I'm originally from West Virginia. I never say Oregon or Washington as my home state. That's where I live now. That's where I've lived since, hell, how long have I lived here? Half my life almost. Since 96. So 24 years. So just shy of half my life. So, wait, 26 years. Well, that is half my life. Yeah, I've lived here half my fucking life. No, wait. No, not half my life. I was 24 years I've lived here, not 26. 24 years. It is freaking hot in here. It looks like a red light was flashing on the safe on the wall below the stickers. No, there shouldn't be anything flashing. There's a Gary sticker right there. That's about it. Bruce Labrador said, send an email on a quick, little, and funny story. It's only one paragraph. Big thanks for randomly popping into my head. Okay, let me see if there's something up there. It ain't came yet. When it comes, I will check it out. Let's see here. There's a reflection of a red blinking light. I don't know what it could be. There's nothing over here blinking. There's nothing with a red blinking light anywhere in here. I think you people are hallucinating. Because you're saying it's right there. And there ain't nothing there or over here that's a red blinking light. So I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Get you a Kentucky Derby hat. Dad had one of them Saturday night specials in 380. The company was sued out of business because the guns were exploding. A magnet wouldn't stick to the slide barrel or frame. Yeah, I've had those. I don't know what you all are seeing because there's no red light down there. I don't even know what could be down here that would make you think there was a red. There's nothing over here blinking with a red light. Nothing. Let's see. It looks like a reflection on the side of the safe. Yeah, I don't see it. Oops. There's a red sticker there. This is red. The Gary is red, but there's nothing else below that. Did anyone answer who the Have a Seat, Mr. Bartlett was from? I don't know if anybody answered that or not. Your thoughts on the SKs and on the SKS and its reputation of being a not so accurate rifle, and that it is not an assault rifle. I mean, SKS are fine guns. I mean, do I think I would want one for precision shooting? No, but you got to remember the guns are for what they are. You know, some guns are made to just fire as many bullets for as long as possible, and some guns are made to fire one bullet in the most precise way. And SKS, I think, have proven their place in history. So I'm not going to say nothing negative about them. I'm not interested in them, but Bruce Labrador says, I was on a date a few days before Halloween and it was going well. For some odd reason, you popped into my head, and as she was sipping her beer, I told her to not forget to bring some silver if she goes trick or treating. She puts down the beer, gives me the rock look with one eyebrow up, and after 2 long seconds starts laughing loudly. I'm going to have to thank you for pushing us to the 4th date and getting me a piece of her lips. Big thanks. Please don't be thinking of me when you're kissing people. That's weird. When you're making out, thinking of me. I'm sure a lot of you do it, but I mean, I can't blame you. I mean, who could blame you? But don't tell me about it later. That's creep. Well, maybe. But if you're going to tell me about it later, spice it up a little. Good Lord, that wouldn't have even made it into the last page of Penthouse. Spice it up. I want to hear more. Does she like your profile picture? Let's see here. Where are we going? Do you remember the classic Disney cartoon about Johnny Fedora and the Alice Bluebonnet? Yes, I do remember that. Your thoughts on the Mandalorian? If you could own Mandalorian armor, would you? Well, of course I fucking would, especially if it was real Beskar. I'd love to have real Beskar armor. But yeah, I would love to have his helmet at least. I'd love to have that helmet. I'd do a segment on my show in that helmet. I definitely want one. In fact, I actually searched online for some the other night, but all I could find were cheap ones. I want a good one. What do you think about off-body carry? Not a fan of off-body carry. I think your gun is something that should be under your control at all times. If you put it in something you don't carry, I mean, you let put down at any time, then you shouldn't put it there. Now, that being said, a fanny pack I consider under your control all the time. You're not taking your fanny pack and leaving it places or sitting it on things, or, like a woman does her purse, like when she's at the cash register and she sets her purse up on the counter. I just don't think that's a safe way to carry a gun. I gotta go. Savage Sharpshooter donated once again. Says, "Wait, we're not supposed to think of Yankee during romantic encounters. This is awkward." I didn't say you couldn't do it. Like I said, I can't blame you for doing it, but don't tell me about it unless you really spice it up, because I don't want to hear about your mediocre love lives. I want to hear nasty details, and I want it to be weird. It's going to have to be weird. Listen, I did a lot when I was young, so if you want to catch my interest, it's going to have to be weird. But not gross. I don't like gross. I've never been into anything gross. Don't give me any gross stuff. If you like people puking on you or shitting on you or pissing on you or anything like that, keep that part to yourself. But I do like it weird. That's it, right where you put your finger. Is it a reflective right here? I guess it is reflective. I don't know. It's kind of got that shiny red look to it, but that's where it's there. Blink red above every second matters sticker. Every second matters. You mean right here? Well, there's a Triggerjacon sticker there that's red. I don't know why it would blink. It don't blink. It has to involve midgets and hookers. Well, that makes it more interesting. And not midgets or hookers. That's not quite as interesting either, a midget or a hooker. But midgets and hookers or midget hookers, that's a much better combination. You're getting on the right track there. Like I say, if that shows up in the first couple of sentences, I will read more. That red sticker must be what they are seeing. Another result of crappy Deepwoods internet, probably. Okay, what is the red sticker that appears to be flashing to all of us? View your channel and you'll see it. It's a Gary sticker. It's like the Glock symbol, but instead of saying Glock, it says Gary. Just above the word most. People are seeing it in different places. I don't even see a word most. There's a word most. ZZ, Gun Owners, Nighthawk Custom, Sig Sauer, Every Second Matters, Punisher Edition. Where do you even see the word most? Judd Zone, Lone Wolf, Dan Wesson, Franklin Armory. I don't even see the word most. I don't know what you're talking about. Where's the word most? Are you sure you can read? I'm starting to wonder if you can read. What do you think about Biden's head of COVID task force talking about a 4 to 6 week shutdown? Oh, I'm almost certain there's going to be some type of shutdown. We just got to worry about what degree it's going to be to and what's it going to affect. I have a feeling it's going to affect more bars, restaurants, things like that, which is only makes sense, to be honest, if you're trying to stop the spread of a pandemic so as not to overwhelm the hospital system. because neither of those things are necessary. And hopefully that would be a smaller segment of the population affected. And I'm hoping the rest we can deal with mask wearing, social distancing, etc. Because CDC is now seeing that actually wearing a mask not just protects other people from your spittle, it is actually showing a degree of effectiveness in preventing infection. So that's good stuff there. Da, 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 da. Are you a libertarian? Because if you are, welcome to the club. No, I am not a libertarian. Libertarian is a political party. I am a classic liberal. I believe in some libertarian principles, but not all of them. I don't know how I got fruit flies in here. I think it's probably that banana I had left the banana peel in here for like 2 days. I got these little fruit flies now. Like there's like 3 of them buzzing around, driving me fucking crazy. And I will kill gnats and mosquitoes and hornets. I still keep missing them. My depth perception is weak at best these days. So they're like here and I'm smacking here. Or they're here and I'm smacking here. What do you think about Parler? They claim to be a free speech refuge from Twitter and Facebook, but they censor pro-marijuana posts and non-conservative posts. The sick irony. Yeah, they're censored also, and that's the platform sucks. I looked at the platform the other night. It's just like it's got like a 1.5 star rating overall, and it's just I looked at it and I'm like, this is just fucking horrible. Why would I want to be on here? But here's another thing too. As soon as they start making money, and they want to expand their money source other than just flash up ads and stuff, well then they're going to start discriminating too, to not because they're going to want to appease PayPal, they're going to want to appease the big advertisers. Where are you? Why are you getting so close to my face where I can't see you? Go away from me. What is your problem, little gnat? Looks like a pixel shift because of the video lag. It is in timing with video reset. There's also some light green shifts on your back curtain on those. Yeah. You little bastard. I'm going to get you eventually. Dogs of War 1987 donated. That must have been one of the names I read. Someone sent me a screenshot of the flash. I don't see a flash. I see the Gary sticker. It's just really blurry. I don't see a flash. I just see the Gary sticker. Oh, I see now what the person meant when they said the word most too. They mean in my banner, the most toxic gun guy on YouTube. It's above that. Yeah, that's the Gary sticker, I guess, coming in and out of view on the camera. Whenever I'm making out with a woman, I think about President Trump, and Gaston Glock. Also, when I'm making Kool-Aid. Okay. I'm not even reading that. That's gross. Yeah, I'm not reading that. That's gross. I refuse to accept that reality in any form or function. Fashion, I should have said. Has anybody else, has anyone yet figured out what I was talking about with the have a seat, Mr. Bartlett? Has anyone answered that yet? I don't know. I can't find it if they have. Justin Boots donated. Colt has already confirmed they plan on reintroducing the Anaconda line of revolvers. What are your thoughts on bringing back the Colt Viper with the Trooper MK3 design and the Colt Boa with the Trooper MK4 design? Well, I don't know if they will. I don't know if those would be big demand sellers right now. The Trooper maybe, but the Viper maybe, but I'm not I don't know if it would be or not. But the Anacondas are doing, because they want a higher caliber gun in the show. They wanted something to compete with 44 Magnum, because I think 44 Magnum's kind of having a resurgence in popularity. I think a lot of people are coming around to it again. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the reasons I want to redo the Anaconda. Bruce, a Labrador, sent you an email with an impossible choice. You must pick one, or your dog and family are eliminated. And I was not thinking of you during the actual act. Yeah, right. He says that now. Now he will be next time, especially. I bet next time he goes in, he'll see my face like back at him. I said I refuse to recognize that reality. I'm not choosing one of those things. That's disgusting. Boo for even thinking that up. That's awful. You should seek therapy. Uh, so can you explain why politicians push gun control aren't being prosecuted for going against the Constitution? I mean, gun control is against the law of the land. Well, Supreme Court has said many times it isn't, so that's the problem. Got to get the Supreme Court to be a little more firm on it. And unfortunately, a lot of people in the Supreme Court are politicians in themselves in a way. Like even today, even Alito with his statements, he stated some rules of law and some constitutional things. And then some of the things he stated were just his own personal political opinions. And unfortunately, a lot of them don't separate that. Have you ever heard of Dildo, a custom town and a coastal town in Canada, and a cool song on YouTube? No, I have not. I mean, I've heard of dildos. I know what those are. Does the statement absolutely non-negotiable and individual rights as laid out in the Constitution, we can't talk about corporations and the rest, describe you? Well, yeah, any individual right granted by the Constitution, I don't negotiate on. Now, whether I believe corporations are people, no, I don't believe a corporation's a person. Every single person in that corporation has a right to speak their mind, but as an entity, it doesn't have a right to free speech. So it doesn't get to say, well, I'm an entity with the right to free speech and money is free speech. I don't agree with any of that. I think that's damaging to our system. And I think the founding fathers would have been disgusted by that. They were trying to make a society where having money, like if you were the Indian trading company, you weren't allowed to use your money to make yourself be the only voice heard. And that's exactly what those type of rulings go back to. Savage Sharpshooter 93 donated again, says, I go the extra mile when I look for midget hookers and tell them they got to talk about page shills on YouTube and how 9mm is basically airsoft. Well, most of them will tell you that anyway. You don't even have to ask. Most of them will just do that if they're worth their salt. I mean, if I'm paying $25 upwards of for a midget hooker, I hope they have a little bit of sense to them. It's not like it's a $10 whore. I mean, I've seen, I think most hookers, you have to be upwards of $25 before they're worthwhile. Where am I? I've been trying to stick to only plant-based foods, only to want to have greater variety in my diet like meat. Is that normal? What? I mean, only to want to have a greater variety. Oh, you mean is it normal to want to eat meat? Well, yeah, we're meat eaters. We're carnivores. We're omnivores. Actually, we're not carnivores. We're omnivores. Our teeth would be shaped a lot different if we were carnivores. Most of our teeth would just be for tearing and slicing, and then we would just swallow it. But let's see here. But yeah, it's normal to want to eat meat. You love Colts, Smith & Wesson, and many more revolvers, but yet you going to get some big boy britches and get a Colt Lawman and 357 Magnum. I've owned Colt Lawman before. I've owned a lot of Colts before that I don't have now, like Detective Specials, Lawmans, Troopers, at least 3 mil. No, I'm not reading that out loud. It's gross. He wants me to read this to y'all out loud, and it's gross. I'm not going to read this out loud. It's growth. Growth. Hey Yankee, got to trade some guns I don't use for this beauty and don't regret it one bit. Just wondering what accessories you're aware of that I can get. Grip, cylinder release, etc. Just wanted to tell you how amazing this thing is. It's my first revolver, but I went with the best. Yes, he did. I'll show a picture here. Open attachment. Let's see here. Then share it. One day I'll get good at this. There we go. Korth. Of course. As far as grips and stuff, the KL frame grips from Smith & Wesson fit it. It also fits in their holsters. So if you're looking for a holster or grips, the Smith & Wesson grips and holsters fit it. That's what I have on a couple of mine. I have the Hogue grips for the L frame Smiths, and they look very nice. Let me see if I've got a picture I can show you. Close. All this shit opening up there. Korth. Let's see if I've got a picture. I actually labeled Korth. My life would be a lot easier if I actually labeled pictures about what they are instead of just leaving them as. Oh, I've got that one. That one from you today that you. Okay, here we go. I'll show you. See, here's the two. Here's the grips I have on mine. Hold on. Stop sharing. Share the new things. Application windows. See, this is that's Hogue Smith & Wesson grips on it right there. About shorter barrel, but grip frame's the same size. Let me see if I can get in any closer. There we go. And then let's move it over. But that ain't going to work. Let's move it this way. There we go. Now you can see a little better. Those are the ones I have on mine. They're very comfy, 3 fingers, look good. So, and then since then I've stripped them and treated them with tongue oil so they don't have that glossy look. And I also have these ones, the rosewood, which look really nice on there. There's the rosewood. The rosewood looks good on there too. Tulip wood looks really good on there too. Tulip wood looks really good. Did I miss something? Old Man Willow 21 joined the WAP. He is now in my WAP, the Yankee Marshals WAP. Nigel R donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, got entry in the friend drawing, says, even if online gun sales are stopped, I would think that we would just move the payment of the gun sale to the local dealer when the transfer is done. No, you won't be able to advertise guns for sale online. That would be against the law. If they're banning online gun sales, any company that puts guns online to transfer them to an out-of-state FFL are going to get prosecuted. So that's not going to work. Maybe a database that they can share private between dealers, but advertising it would be no, you can't. You can't advertise cocaine sales online and just say, well, I'm not taking any money for it. Or it's like here, well, it's like, let's say weed in Washington, it's legal. And I can order it online and go pick it up. But if they had a shipping thing, people would throw a fit. There'd just be no way that would be allowed to work because you can't ship marijuana to other states. So people would throw a fit about the shipping aspect of it. Three-legged kitty is doing great and getting along with your big brother. That's always good to hear. Not about three-legged kitties, but that particular three-legged kitty is doing well. Has anyone yet said what that is from? The Have a Seat, Mr. Bartlett. I can't believe no one in here would know what that is. There's 300 people in here, people. Come on. Someone's got to know what that is. Which one is the three-legged kitty? I guess, oh, it's the little one. But here, I'll show a picture for people. Don't they look happy? Look at that. Look how cute and happy they look. He's got a big brother to defend him, doesn't he? Yeah, she's got a big brother there to whoop somebody's ass if they make fun of her 3 legs. I like to think I have 3 legs. You don't know. So nobody giggle. You don't know. Got no proof or nothing. Let's see here. Where was I at? Does Hemo make course in his cabin in Alaska? I don't know. The Hode grips look like they fit very well. They do. They fit it perfectly. They make their grip frame to where it works with Smith stuff. They did that intentionally. That way they don't have to make accessories like that. Was making the Beretta 92 pimp gun expensive? No, because I bought a beat up, an old beat up Inox 92 FS. I think for like $400 something. And then I had the slide polished up, which wouldn't be that expensive. I didn't have to pay for it. Patriot Gun Polishing did it for me for free. And then I had the slide, or then I just Cerakoted the slide, which is like $50. And then I sent the little pieces off to be tin coated, and I think that was like $100. So by the time I was done, I think I was like $700 into it, maybe $750, and that's less than a new Beretta. Are bullets that pass completely through an assailant more humane than the kind that explode inside of the person? I don't see how you consider shooting someone in any way humane, but I mean, I guess that is the popular world opinion that it's better to shoot people with full metal jackets than with hollow points. I guess. The education of a congressman. Congressmen aren't very educated. I've actually had people around me say things are already going downhill now that Trump's gone. Is that a form of mental illness? Well, it is, because Trump's not gone, for one. He's still president for 2 more months, and nothing has changed. So, yeah, that's just self-fulfilling prophecy. They want to see it, so they're seeing it. So now things might start going downhill, and then it won't be crazy to say it, but I predict that it ain't going to make much of a difference, to be honest, except for in what type of legislation we're going to be fighting, what kind of fights we're going to be fighting. Got a donation for Toys for Tots from Curtis Kloss. Curtis Kloss. So where does the cult lawman land on your revolver list, if anywhere near the top 10, 20? No, it wouldn't be. I don't really consider a lot of the older Colts to be that exceptionally well-made guns. I mean, they're some of them were really nice, but they were always inferior to Smith Wesson. So, if I was doing a top 10 list, I don't think very many Colts would even make it to the list. I mean, they were good, but there's always a better Smith & Wesson version. The only thing that they made that was really good was the fact that when they made the Pythons and stuff, they were, like someone who appreciates like a fine clock, like a Swiss made clock that you have to wind and adjust and wind and every now and then. That's like someone who owns a Python. They're just very precise and very crisp and very clean. But they were expensive to make, and they didn't make very many of them, and or at least not for very, they didn't like mass produce them by the ton like they did Detective Specials and things like that. So that's the reason they became valuable, because to find one that still works and is in good shape is rare. That hasn't had to be fucked with many times. So that's what makes those valuable. But I always thought Smith & Wessons, as far as just a general gun, were always better. I would put them, Colt and Ruger are just like right, like a half a level below Smith and Wesson when it comes to most revolvers. Any metal projectile with the dimensions of 9 millimeter that can move at over 1,000 feet per second is seriously going to mess a person up if it hits them in a violent area. So 9 is fine. Getting one that goes over 1,000 feet per second, that's not hard. The ones I carry, the Underwoods, not the Underwoods, the Fort Scotts go faster than that. They will penetrate a level to a body armor, soft body armor. Take a picture of your safe and use it as a thumbnail so we can see all the stickers. Didn't even know that was a Gary sticker. It is. I guess I could maybe next. If I have my phone out here, I'll take a picture and I'll put it up during the next chat so you can see the stickers. I need enough to fill the whole side. I don't have enough stickers. I mean, I would if I'd repeat stickers, but I don't want to repeat stickers. We got a super chat coming in. In fact, the more devastating a bullet, the more humane. A full metal jacket that goes right through an attacker is not humane to innocent bystanders. I carry federal HSTs myself. I doubt there's many innocent bystanders out in the battlefield, but I don't really worry about overpenetration too much. But I don't know. I guess they consider that more humane, easier to repair. I think that when they talk about humane, I think what they mean is if they get medevaced out of the field, it's far easier to repair the damage from a full metal jacket because they don't have to search for as many fragments. They don't have to worry about more damage and bleeding and things being nicked and stuff. So I think it's easier for a medical professional to repair the damage from a full metal jacket, because my brother-in-law, who's a emergency room doctor, says the worst are those fragmenting rounds. He said if someone comes in with a gunshot from one of those, it's a long process because you got to reconstruct the bullet basically, and not a fun thing to do while someone's open and bleeding. Got another donation from Anthony Finch, not Fish, Finch, Anthony Finch. Although it'd be cool, I think it'd be nicer if your last name was Fish, because Tony Fish sounds like you're a mobster. Tony Finch, not so much. Tony Fish, though, that sounds like, hey, go over and tell Joey Thumbs and Tony Fish what we're going to be doing. It's more of a mobster name, I think. When I think of a Finch, I think of a little birdie. When I think of like Joey Fish, it's like Joey makes you sleep with the fishes. It's kind of Tony. I mean, Tony makes you sleep with the fishes. Mr. Bartlett goes to Washington. No. Come on, people. Did no one get it? Did no one know what that's from? Do none of you have a level of class and sophistication enough to know where that quote came from, the Mr. Bartlett quote? I'm going to give someone another 2 minutes to answer that question, and then I'm going to answer it because I'm really getting disappointed in people. Really, really, really disappointed in people. Yeah, it comes down to kill him or don't. It's like mines with plastic bits. I figure if he doesn't die immediately, why kill him a month later? It's from The Critic. Yes, Colton Phillips got it. It's from The Critic. That is a fucking awesome and underrated animated show. And that's what it was from. The Critic. And that was John Lovitz, for people who don't remember. The Critic was voiced by John Lovitz. Oceanfront Man donated to the Pets and Vets on a really dirty round is 357 mag silver tips. They literally go in and take a crap of fragments. Good luck pulling all those out. Yeah, it's like those Lehigh bullets that just go in like 7 different directions. They just boop, they bloom like a flower. If you look at the wound care, it looks like a firework, just like that ain't fun to try to pull out somebody's body. So you have to basically rebuild the bullet. And sometimes for one reason or another, you end up not being able to, and you have to open them back up again later. And I'm not in any way saying that those types of rounds are more deadly. Some people would make that argument because if you got more spread, you got more likely of hitting a major artery or something important. But they are far more difficult to clean up afterwards. Joe Biden pees sitting down. He shouldn't be president. Well, then I shouldn't be president either because I pee sitting down too most of the time. Because usually I pee at night, and when I go in at night, I don't open my eyes. I just walk with my eyes closed to the bathroom. I sit down, use the bathroom, get up, and leave. I don't want to open my eyes because if I open my eyes, I might start doing something else, like oh, I forgot I need to go do this, and go into the kitchen and do something. So, I pee sitting down a lot. It's kind of a rule in this house if you don't want to get punched. You're forgetting that the GOA has our backs and we will fight whatever Biden and Harris throw at us. And the judges have overturned executive orders before. Well, the GOA doesn't have the unlimited power. I mean, they can't do much more than we can do, but except maybe gather together funds and fight. But it's not like they're a magic organization. If they ban online guns and ammo sales, local gun shops better redouble their efforts. Do you think they could actually step their game up? Well, a lot of them can't because they don't exist anymore. I remember 5-6 years ago, we were making a point on our live chats and stuff talking about how, they were talking about FFLs and how the number of licensed FFL shops had just dwindled and dwindled and dwindled and dwindled. And we're like, that's a bad trend because if they ever outlaw online gun sales, where are these people? Where these shops close down, where people go for guns? Especially if you have to go to a gun shop to order something, because they're easily going to get the laws. They're probably going to have laws in place to where you got to jump through fucking hoops to get your gun, and you'll have to go there to look for what you want, order it. Hopefully, it's in, and then go home, and then go back, fill out the paperwork because you can't fill out paperwork till the gun's actually there. Turn that in, go home, wait for that to come back, and then they'll probably make some sort of training requirement that you got to go back once again once you're approved and do the training, or just even if it's just a little class, and go home, and then once that gets approved, you go back and get it. You can be looking at 4 or 5 trips to the gun shop, and that might be 200 or 300 miles for you, depending on where you live, just to buy one gun. How do you keep egg from sticking to the shells on boiled eggs? I'm getting pissed trying to make deviled eggs. What I always do is when I take them off the stove after I've boiled them, well, here's one good thing: use fresh eggs. If you use farm fresh eggs, it's usually not a problem. And we don't buy anything but farm fresh eggs, cage free farm fresh eggs. A lot of chicken owners around here. So what I do is when I boil them, as soon as they're done boiling, I drain the water, and then I bounce them up and down to crack the shells, and then I dump ice cubes in them, and let that melt and cool the eggs, and then they seldom ever stick once you do that. Once you crack the shells, let them sit in ice water, they tend to peel just fine. Have you ever heard about JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bassett choosing "Forever in My Life" by Prince as their first dance song? Great choice by classy couple. May they rest in peace. Yes, that is a very good choice. How does one stop buying a gun every time they watch The Clearing of the Ghetto in Schindler's List? I don't understand why people don't understand history, is my thing. The run on guns isn't over until we're down to building slam-fired shotguns out of the Home Depot plumbing section. I hope we never get there. But if people always said society gonna collapse, well, if society collapse, we're not gonna be able to buy new guns anywhere. So, I mean, what individual is going to be cranking out guns at any rate? If you could, you'd be set trade wise. Until someone decided that they only wanted themselves to have guns and they didn't want you making guns for other people, shot you in the face. Where am I? AP is reporting Oregon is in lockdown again. You hear anything about this? Nothing. I don't really go to Portland. I don't go to Oregon very much. I don't really care to. Next time I go to Oregon will probably be December 4th to pick up my mother. And then we'll go back on December 5th to buy all the toy guns. Daddy O donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, got entry in the friend drawing, but he didn't say anything. Who is Carol Baskins and why does Donut Operator hate her? Carol Baskins, that bitch Carol Baskins. You didn't watch Tiger King? You gotta watch Tiger King. Tiger King. You know about that bitch Carol Baskins. Now she's a bisexual bitch. Yeah, she killed her husband. I mean, there's just no, who doesn't know she killed her husband? I'm not sure that makes her a bad person. I know a lot of people who need killing. Maybe he needed killing, but I bet he probably didn't need killing. Are we doing the double tap? Yeah, we will. I'm probably going to end the chat here at 7:30 because I got some shit I got to do. So we'll do the double tap at the end. I'll try if the gun will actually fire twice pointed in the downward direction without jamming. Biden has dementia, so why was he even running for the race? Because there's no evidence he has dementia. So unless someone can prove it, is storing a bunch of ammo in a fireproof safe defeating the purpose of having a fireproof safe? Will it ignite if there is a fire in the room? No, it will not. Carol Baskins dead? No, Carol Baskins ain't dead. She's a lesbian now, but she's not. Well, she's bisexual now, I guess. Last night, German potato was a hot topic in this chat. You really should try it. I think I'll be okay. Like I tell my sons, I've tried a lot of things in the last 50 plus years, and I have now decided what I like and what I don't. And I don't need any more shit cluttering up my life. Don't need new things. Just like I don't need new people. Like the other day when I was like, why would we want to travel? So we can meet new people. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't want to fucking meet new people. I want some of the people we already know to die before we're both retired. That way we don't got to fucking deal with them. I don't understand that meet new people shit. I've met all the people I want to meet. Devil Dog 17013 says, for the pets and vets, I have firearms and ammo, but I am darn glad I learned how to shoot and maintain black powder guns. No checks or waiting yet. Yeah, I still want to get something in black powder, but I'm just really procrastinating on it. Really procrastinating. Are you pumped for Thanksgiving? Well, we're not doing anything this year, so I'm actually kind of stoked that we're not hosting because it's so stressful for me to host that many people on Thanksgiving. I mean, we don't have a ton of people, but we usually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like usually between 13 and 15 people here. And that's just to me, that's a lot of fucking people. I can't even pretend to be interested in that many people at once. Luckily, I know all these people very well. They're like family, so I don't have to pretend to be interested in them. We all can kind of do our own thing and just, we have conversations and stuff, but we're not trying to impress each other or learn anything about each other because we know each other so well. But yeah, I'm not super thrilled about it. We're just not going to do much. Jane Doe also donated and got multiple entries to the friend drawing. Says, you're too smart. I'm afraid to ask you anything for fear of it being a stupid question. I'll just donate to your charity instead. I ain't that smart. It depends on what year. I think I'm smarter some years, dumber some years. And my the last IQ test I took was lower than it's ever been. So I got a 156. This is the lowest it's ever been. I'm usually a few points higher than that, up to 6 points higher than that. But yeah, I'm getting dumber as I'm getting older. They always say you get wiser as you get older. I'm getting dumber. Pretty soon, I give another 5 years, and I'll be back there making videos, yelling about conspiracy theories and how the government's stealing my thoughts through my feelings and all that other shit. Cap lock rifles only cost $400. Yeah, the price is not a problem with the black powder guns. It's just effort. Might as well get some extra firing pins for my Glock C9 while they're still in business. Business. The C9, is that the compensated model? I'm glad you like Fort Scott. I exclusively carry TUI. They have kept their prices reasonable too. Do you carry TUI in multiple calibers? I do. I have multiple calibers of the TUI. I have everything from 38 special to 350 or excuse me 357 Magnum and all that other stuff. 9mm. I think I have some 40, some 45. But yeah, so I have it in multiple calibers. I don't get along well with the Fort Scott people, but I like their ammo. If I had to sell you the Fort Scott people, I wouldn't do it. But I will have no problem telling people to buy the ammo. The owner, however, is a fucking god freak and an asshole who I guess I said something negative about him once because they did something that pissed me off. And then he got mad at me and wanted to have my number so he could. Well, no, wait. What it was is I asked them if they would help with something, a charity thing we were doing. They never responded. So I said they never responded. Well, they got mad at me for saying they didn't respond. And I'm like, well, you didn't fucking respond. So why do I care if you respond? Why do I owe you anything for saying otherwise? You didn't respond or something like that. I forget what the whole story is, but it ended up with me saying, fuck them. And they wanted my number. I guess to call me and talk to me personally. And I told Sporting System, yeah, you can give him my number. Because he said he wants to call you and talk to you. And I thought, well, he's going to call me and say, hey, we didn't mean to ignore you, blah, blah, blah. And the first thing he calls when I answer the phone, he says, this Yankee Marshall? I was like, well, yeah, it's David. And he goes, well, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm a Christian man, and I don't appreciate someone saying, fuck you to my business. And I'm like, okay, noted. Bye. Click. I'm just like, fuck you. Don't call me and lecture me on your bullshit. I don't give a fuck about your religion. I've heard some YouTube experts say that 357 SIG is stupid, but I never hear them say why. Do you know why they say that? Because they just want to ruffle feathers, and a lot of them absolutely know nothing about ballistics. Period. I mean, when you ask them about ballistics of any type of seriousness, they have no answers for anything. That's 15 people too many. It's a lot of people, I think. As long as your survival IQ is high, that's all that really matters. I don't know. I think I'm probably just a couple of years of getting taken by some sort of phone scam for every dime I have. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if there's anything coming in new. There doesn't look to be anything new coming in. Going Helen Keller with no nods for a night time. Piss in a bold move. Sit on toilet, nuts in water. It's not like my nuts ain't been wet before. And if you got any sense, you throw them over your shoulder first before you sit down. Real men poop standing up. I don't know what it is with Tosh.0 in those cases. Like to show the poop videos. People just squat and poop. I'm like, I don't want to see that from anybody ever. What does the silver tip cartridge do to Werewolf's internals? Nothing, because that's nickel, not silver. If you're talking about Winchester silver tips, they're nickel, not silver. What do you think of anti-personnel traps and mines? I believe citizens should have M16s, but I don't believe in a shotgun trap. I mean, a target with M16 trap kills anyone. Well, I don't believe in traps and things like that, and they are illegal because you're not acting against an individual that's posing a threat to you. You're acting against any individual who may stray into that territory, who may or may not have sinned against you in any way, and you have no way to verify. So that's just a poor judgment thing. So that I would never recommend to anyone, and it is illegal for good reason. Like if you just put landmines on your side of the sidewalk in your front yard because, oh, the mailman keeps coming in my yard, or something like that, and some little kid steps on one, you're a horrible person. We got a super chat coming in from Justin Boots again that says, "Would it be safe to convert my Colt Delta Elite from 10 millimeter to 357 SIG?" Uh, I don't know of any barrels that would do that, but here's the thing: you would have a little bit of a difference. But you don't see what you're to have is a difference in power, and when something's set up for 10 millimeter, it's set up for a much more powerful round. So the slide is heavier, the springs are stiffer. So you would have to do other alterations too to make it still shoot reliably, even if you could convert the barrel to 357 SIG. You would either have to have much lighter springs, which can cause problems if you go to springs that are too light, if the slide is too heavy. So it would be more of a task than just doing it like in a 40. Swede says, my closest gun store is still well stocked on 7.6239 steel cased Wolf ammo. Well, if I was stocking up right now, I'd buy some of that because hell, uh, uh, I've got some, but I can always have more. Got a few thousand rounds of it at least, probably like 5,000 rounds of it, but I could use a little more. Could use twice that much, and it still wouldn't be enough because there's never enough ammo. Do you know of any officer size 1911s and 10 millimeter? I don't think I do. Is the Coonan 357 worth buying? I mean, if you want one and you want one for the nostalgia, because they don't make them anymore, the company went tits up. So good luck getting parts and stuff for it later. But Yankee, check out the new Fire Stick muzzle loader as an option. Fire Stick muzzle loader. I'm going to look it up. Fire Stick muzzle loader. Fire Stick, no. I'm trying to find it. Where's it? Looks like a cartridge. Well, how do you? Something that looks like it might be actually pretty cool. I might have to get me one of them. That actually looks pretty cool. But then again, you're back in a situation where you need to have these special items, aren't you? Like, are those reusable, or do you have to buy one for each round you make? Because if that's the case, why aren't you just loading ammunition? I don't know if that would be better than just shoving the powder and the stuff down the barrel, and because you have those little cartridges. Are they multi-time uses? Are they one use? Do they, to me that looks like you're making another make like you're loading rounds. So I'm not sure. I'd have to know more about it. Many people in Brazil set deadly electrical traps on their doors and windows when they go on vacation. I guess that's legal in the ultra dangerous neighborhoods of Brazil. I remember getting off a boat once in where was it? Belize. Getting off a boat in Belize and going through the town, and we were in a cab, and I had my little son. Caden was like 5 years old at the time. And he asked the driver why there's bars on all the windows. And he's like, because when you're not home, people come and take your stuff. So you have to have bars on your windows. And I'm like, see, aren't you lucky we don't live in a place like that? Aren't you glad? We were in Cozumel. I think we were Belize. We were in Belize, not Cozumel. That was when we took my oldest son down to Mexico and Cozumel and Belize and places to show him, this is where your ancestors came from. And it turned out we were actually kind of wrong. His ancestors are more Islander people. So we had to be like, well, fuck. Well, we'll take you to Hawaii. That gives you an idea. So we took him to Hawaii. Have you ever tried the Cajun turkey from Popeyes? I don't think I have. No. Reusable to a certain extent, like 40 loadings. I mean, I guess it would be a thing. It would be. I mean, okay, cool. I guess it's an option. I like the looks of the rifle, and I like how simple it is. It looks like it'd be pretty simple. Yeah, let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. I guess I should get it ready for the double tap if we're in the net. Let me go get the ammo. I got one right here. I'll go get one more. Here. That's 40 Smith & Wesson. Still full. Where's the one I took this one out of? That's 460. That's full. I know I had one that wasn't empty yet. Where's it? This one. Just don't have any out of it yet. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got two of them now. Let me open this door. All right, well, I got to find some ear protection and some eye protection. Usually don't have to look far in here to find these things. Okay. Now I got to get the gun. Where is it? There it is. This magazine is very stiff. Okay. Hope I don't scare any neighbors with this. But it didn't want to feed right off the bat. Go on. There we go. All right. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Blech, it's pushing sand all in my face and my legs. Hey, it fired twice without jamming. I call that a success. But I got sand in my face so bad, on my legs so bad. Because the top of the thing, as you can see, is eating away, so sand is just shooting up out of this every time I shoot it. Blech. Sand in my mouth. Stinks like gunpowder in here now, but since I opened the door, the little things didn't pop out of my seat here. Well, no, one of them did. Where'd it go? Uh-oh. There it is. It didn't go far. Last time, like, all of them popped out. This time, only one. Put that back in there. Yeah, holy crap, a Desert Eagle fired twice without jamming its unicorn. That's what I said. I don't know if it would But okay, with that being done, I want to say thanks to everyone for coming tonight. I do appreciate it. I appreciate everything you all do, because it's the things you all do that make it possible for me to do the things I do, which is basically just take credit for the stuff I sucker you all into doing, like Toy Guns for Tots, which is going on right now over on tympistolproject.com. So go over and donate if you haven't already. And we got a late chat coming in here from 973 Gordito, which I still do believe is a Taco Bell item. For the pets and vets, and got a few entries into the friend drawing. But I want to say thanks to everyone for coming. Thanks for those especially that support me over on Patreon. The ones that come in and do the super chats, etc., to keep the channel going. Like I say, I've got the new thing going. Uploaded the first episode of the new Inside Guns with the Yank and Marshall today. Came across pretty well. I think it's doing better than I thought it would do too. Usually long videos like that don't get very many views on my channel, but it's doing okay. So I'm going to do that for at least 6 months, see if it works out. Be as much help as I can to people. So, also, I'll just say I'll see y'all tomorrow. I already did my little spiel. So until tomorrow, which I'll see you all at, what time is it? Is it tomorrow? Saturday? For some reason, I kept thinking today was Saturday. When you're retired, time has no meaning anymore. You sit there and wait to die. Oops, we got another super chat coming in real quick from 973 Gordito, who says, I like interrupting the ending. Yes, and he did twice. So until tomorrow, let's get out of here before 973 Gordito interrupts us again. And I will see you all sometime in the afternoon, probably around 5 or 6 o'clock. So until then, I'll see you later.